Well, the Tata Punch has just been unveiled and they say it's going to punch above its weight. Well, we are in conversation with President Passenger Vehicles Tata Motors, Shailesh Chandra, with the Punch over here to find out a little bit more about it. Thank you so much, Shailesh, for taking the time to speak with us today.
My pleasure.
And you've definitely created quite a storm, I think, yesterday with the unveil talking about. You've clearly positioned this as an SUV. Was that the aim at the outset? And, what were the critical things that you gave to your design team saying these are the features we want?
So, we were seeing that the SUV segment in general over the last 10 years had been seeing a fragmentation, right? But we also realized that there has been action in the SUV segment in 4 meter and above. But there's no credible, uncompromised SUVs that you have in the sub 4 meter category. And where people came with certain concept, but it did not deliver the SUV, performance and what we call as uncompromised. This was the brief to, in general, for the concept creation team, including the designers. And we said that it should not be just the design aspect and the styling aspect which should just look SUV, but in totality, holistically, it should meet the DNA of what Tata SUVs are known for, which is around definitely the stylish SUV looks, around the superior performance, spaciousness, as well as the safety aspect. This is the brief that we had given to them, and we have given certain specific features which enhances the SUV capability. And I'm sure when you drive this vehicle, you will be able to understand, like Traction Pro or a Dynamo Pro that we have given to the car, all brings these capabilities apart from all the other benefits that you get in an SUV, which is the command seating position or the overall visibility around that, the ground clearance, right? The real SUV capability when you also go on anywhere you go, on off-road areas and all. So all these capabilities are there, and this is the brief that was given initially to the team.
You spoke about safety. Now, this is the Alpha architecture, and we've seen, other cars on it get a nice, healthy 5-star safety rating. So, is that what we're expecting? And are you going to, is that now going forward, the barrier for Tata Motors that we want a 5-star rating for our car, and you're going to ensure that it is packed with the features to ensure that it gets that rating?
So, this is the second product on the Alpha architecture. First one was Altroz, which is a 5-star rated car. And in general, the capability of Alpha architecture is towards, meeting very high standards of safety. Regarding the star rating, you'll have to wait for a few days in terms of when we announce about that. But in general, this is a pillar that we are following, that Indian consumers deserve, much safer cars on the Indian road. And especially when it comes to SUVs also, we would like to live to very high standards of safety. It is not only about the passive safety features, but overall, every element of the safety feature what you have given really focuses on this big pillar. But you'll have to wait in terms of the NCAP rating if specifically you want to be. Yeah. But the underpinning of this vehicle is same as what you have seen. And Alpha architecture is known to be, a very safe architecture in that sense.
So, based off this architecture, we know that diesel is very much possible, but you've come with only a petrol engine. Is that a conscious decision? Why and why not a diesel at launch? What were the reasons for this?
Yeah, so, we initially thought that we want to keep this vehicle a very accessible vehicle, right? And of course, there were certain performance points that we wanted to attain in this vehicle. And you'll see the whole mapping also of the low end torque, as you see in this vehicle and all, has been done to give that punch, that you need in an SUV. Yeah. And it was able to deliver that. Mm-hmm. We have been contemplating different options, whether it is diesel or EVs, all these options we are thinking, and at the right time we'll be able to talk about it. But at this stage, at the time of launch, we felt that we will go with this so that it gives the right balance of performance, price, and the SUV capabilities all.
Yeah.
But definitely
and it does have the
capability
to go EV at any given point of time. You've already prepared it for that. I mean, or is that work in progress, and will that take time?
So that is going to take some time, but it is definitely a work in progress, and we are working towards it. And again, we'll let you know at the right time when we are more closer to that launch.
There's, we've seen these products, we've seen them in concept version, so we've known what's coming. After this, which was HBX, there seems to be a dry spell. Not many other products that we've seen or concepts we've seen. So what is the focus going to be, and what is Tata going to show us going forward?
So, first we wanted to focus on those segments where we see a future growth opportunity as well as where the size is going to become bigger. So we said that we'll be leaders in the future cars. What are future cars? These are SUVs and electric.
Yeah.
So on one side you will see action also on the ICE vehicles,
Okay.
but there will be more action on the EV side, is what you're going to see in the coming days. Beyond the HBX, what is the next new car which is going to come? Something which is on the drawing board, and you can expect new products in the coming years from us. And we'll talk about the concept as we progress on that, and when we have finalized the concept. But in the next 3 to 4 years, you will see more action on the ICE side also in terms of new products.
Yeah. So a lot of manufacturers globally have now announced their intentions to go completely EV in the long term, and Tata has really taken the lead in India in the EV space, bringing affordable EVs to the public. We've seen that it's getting a lot of traction, that there is a lot of excitement about accessible EVs. So going forward, do you think that that would be the strength for Tata Motors, and is that a focused direction that you're going to take, and possibly we see, an all EV Tata in the future?
This would be too premature to comment that we'll be all EV Tatas, but we would definitely be the manufacturer with the widest range of the EVs, and we have taken very aggressive timeline in terms of coming with frequent launches, and this frequent launches will be done in a manner that you offer more body styles, you offer different affordability levels and price points, and you also give option of different range points, also driving range points, so that depending on the use case of a customer, they can pick and choose, and that is what you can expect. We have taken a very aggressive target of 10 models in the next 5 years and targeting nearly 25% penetration. So that is our ambition.
Yeah, we've seen in earlier interviews where you spoke about, the fact that range and battery price, those are the focus areas, and development there has to be where it takes the game forward. Exactly. But coming back to the Punch, what kind of volumes are you expecting from this? And are you seeing some kind of overlap with maybe Nexon, and how are you going to differentiate them?
No, I think, one that this is a unique white space hit. This is one segment which was absolutely void. It's a white space coming at a certain price point, a new SUV concept which was not available in this price point. And when we announce the price, of course, this will be more affordable than Nexon, of course, and therefore it will attract absolutely new segment of customer. We also anticipate that in the price point in which this is going to sit, there are adjacent segments in the hatch category, maybe compact sedan category also, and of course, to some extent, it will also attract some segments, if they want to go for a more affordable SUV. But in general, I see less cannibalization within our portfolio, but it is going to attract, customers from adjacent segment, which are non-SUVs, right, I would say.
Yeah. Also, lot of brands launching cars but unable to deliver because of the semiconductor problem. How is Tata addressing that, and will customers of the Punch have to wait, or is there already a ramp up of production and an expected volume that you have that cars are ready to roll out?
So we have started the production in September itself, and we are very hopeful that this month, after the launch, the deliveries will start immediately, and it will be available in sufficient quantity. There is a challenge of semiconductor industry wide, nobody can deny that. We have been working on different options to ease out the situation. There are certain very innovative things that we are also doing in this space, which I would say that Tata Motors is capable of doing that with a co-located engineering team also, which unleashes our potential to deal with the situation better. And I've already spoken in terms of what are the other things that we are doing in terms of closer coordination with the suppliers, looking for alternative chip, buying from the stockist and all. All those actions are in place to see how we can ease out the situation. Two big events which happened, which was the Renaissance fire which happened in Japan and the Malaysian COVID, which were the main disruptors. This is now going to, go away in the coming days, and therefore the situation should slightly ease. Okay. But still, it is going to be there, and we are ready to deal with that situation, I would say.
What kind of festive season are you expecting? It's around the corner. Market's been a little subdued this month. It's, sales have sort of slowed down a bit after that initial euphoria after the pandemic. So what kind of festive season are you hoping for, and what's your prediction for the future?
So, from a demand perspective, the demand is very strong, I would say. The festive season, the way the demand should come, it is coming in that fashion. I can at least say for Tata Motors that the demand is very strong. Last month's sales is also a reflection of not demand but supplies, right? And this month also supply will be under stress. Many manufacturers have talked about it, and therefore I still believe that from last month, what numbers we saw, which was very low, this month we are going to see much stronger revival from a supply perspective, and this month the industry should be much better. At least I would imagine that it should be 20-30% better than the last month.
Yeah, and any prediction volumes for the Punch?
I would say that you should tell me because you have driven the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know which are the segments this would capture. But I have very strong hopes on this. We have already started getting bookings. We announced the opening of bookings. Even before that, we were getting a lot of inquiries about it. And basis the initial one-day booking, and we'll observe in the next 10 days how it goes without the price being announced as yet. So this is going to be definitely a winner product in this segment. And being a wide space product, I am hoping for very big volumes.
Big volumes,
large
volumes from this. My last question to you, it's a segment where people are price conscious. A lot of people buy cars on EMIs. Tata's been thinking of doing a lease plan also for a while. A lot of other manufacturers have started it. Do you think that we will see this with the Punch, and will those kind of be new offerings from Tata Motors?
So lease has not been a very popular concept as far as the personal segment is concerned. You do see in the fleet segment where people go for lease, and we have products for that.
Okay.
We have been more experimenting that in the EV space, in the fleet EVs. As far as the personal segment is concerned, it is the concept of subscription where we are experimenting with. We have started that for Nexon EV to start with because we felt that there was a greater need in a new technology area where people are not very sure about adopting and buying a new car with a new technology. So we give them comfort with a subscription model of a 12-month or a 24-month. We have tried that with very attractive offers, but I think it is going to take time for people to realize what this concept is. But going forward, I think, also given the profile of the next gen users, if you see, less than 35 years population is more, a significant portion, I would say, majority is less than 35 years. They are open to these kind of options, and we might see traction going forward. But subscription is what we see as a relevant product in the personal segment, and not leasing, I would say.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Well, I've been around this off-road track, and I can definitely say this one's punching above its weight here, but you'll see our review up as well.